Welcome to Unbiased Sports. I just want to come today with a bit of a different video. I want to talk about Cesc Fabregas, um, huge part of Arsenal. Obviously, ended sour with Arsenal a little bit, and then later on in his career, started like done stuff in which I'll get onto, which a lot of Arsenal fans hated and stuff like that. But let's not take anything away from Cesc Fabregas to start off with. He was a phenomenal player. He was for Arsenal especially. I don't think he should have ever left. I think he would have been even more of an iconic player if he'd stayed at Arsenal a bit longer. But listen, he didn't. He's still an iconic player. 739 games, 125 goals, 217 assists, club level football. He also done well for Spain. But for me, I don't hate Cesc Fabregas. For me, he left Arsenal. Yeah, I agree. The way he left Arsenal was a little bit like crazy. I think he got influenced a lot. You're looking at a Barcelona team that at the time was amazing. I think Fabregas going there, like I can understand it. I just think how he went about it wasn't right. But he was young and this and that. The fact that people get pissed off about him joining Chelsea, I can understand to an extent. Me personally, I think he wanted to come back to Arsenal. We had first option to buy him back from Barcelona. We had first refusal, and we refused. Arsene Wenger felt hurt, and he didn't want to bring him back. Which you can kind of understand Arsene Wenger, but sometimes I think that's where Arsene Wenger fucked up. Like that time in with Arsenal, I believe we needed someone like that, and I think that if we'd brought him back, we would have had a bit more success them years. But listen, we didn't. Is what it is. I also think that was the cap when Cesc Fabregas left. That was the beginning of the end for the last however many years. Obviously now it's picking up again, but I think that was the beginning of the period where we were just losing all our best players, getting mugged off left, right, and centre in the transfer window, stuff like that. But listen, Cesc Fabregas, man, it was a pleasure watching him. I remember, if I go back on my Facebook, my first ever profile picture on Facebook was Cesc Fabregas celebrating for Arsenal, man. I love that guy, man. Youngest captain for Arsenal, or one of them. I think he is the youngest. But yeah, man, he was a phenomenal player. I think that the Barcelona move didn't work out how he thought it would. Like, he was a majority bench player, but he still won it all there. He's Spanish. Barcelona's his childhood team. Like, you can understand it to an extent. But a lot of Arsenal fans still holding bitter feelings towards Fabregas. I'm not one of them. I think fair enough if Arsenal fans want to have ill feelings towards him. I can't tell anyone how to feel about any player. For me personally, listen, what's happened's happened. I rated him as a player. Sometimes stuff happens in certain ways. Like, I'd rather this have happened and then he wanted to come back to us than like fucking leave him for money, like, and shit like that. But listen, Fabregas, I love the guy, so I'm not gonna throw shade in his name. I think as well, he's gone into coaching now. He done his coaching and stuff. He done bits and pieces of Arsenal, around Arsenal and that. And I think now he started a coaching job, or he started a manager job for a certain team. I'm not sure what team it is he's now coaching. Oh yeah, he's managing Coma under-19s. So Como under-19s. So listen, who knows, man? I see Cesc Fabregas being quite a good coach, to be honest, and I'd like to see him. And you never know, man. You never know. But everyone's talking this shit. You never know. In 10 years, he might be at Arsenal managing. You never know. Like, that's a way to bring the fans back on your side. Come win something at Arsenal. But listen, he's still only 36 years old. He's going straight into the managing. Reminded me a bit of Arteta. But yeah, man, listen, all the best for Cesc Fabregas, man. And for me, there's always a place of Cesc Fabregas will always have a place in Arsenal, in the sense of, like, in the history of Arsenal, and that we have to admit it. So listen, Cesc Fabregas, have a happy retirement. You're not going to see this video, but if snippet ever comes your way, just know have a happy retirement, mate. You fucked us over a little bit, but listen, that's life, man. That's life. We've had it worse from other players. So yeah, man. That's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. I just thought I'd put out a little something for Cesc because he was a big part of my childhood watching Arsenal. Like he was there that period where I started really, really getting into football. Obviously, I watched before when we were winning, when we done the Invincibles. Now I was watching, but I was a lot younger. I still enjoyed it, but Fabregas's time was when I really started getting drawn more into the whole football scene and that. So listen, happy retirement. Take it easy, Fabregas. One day you might manage Arsenal, innit? If you're good enough, though. Don't want no, yeah, man, meaty thing. But Arteta, Fabregas, I believe in you as a manager. Unbiased Sports. Peace.